Russell T Davies has cited the Timeless Child arc as an inspiration for Doctor Who Season 14, which adds credence to a major theory about Ruby Sunday's origins. The biggest mystery heading into Doctor Who Season 14 concerns Millie Gibson's Ruby Sunday, the first companion of Ncuti Gatwa's 15th Doctor. Abandoned as a baby by an unidentified figure wearing a cloak, there is no trace of Ruby's parents anywhere on Earth, and her incomplete backstory will evidently form a major part of Doctor Who's narrative as the Disney Plus era begins. Without giving away any upcoming surprises, RTD has discussed the nature of Ruby Sunday's story in an interview with EW. Curiously, the showrunner cited his predecessor's controversial Timeless Child storyline as an influence for Ruby in Doctor Who Season 14, with the interview pointing out, Davies says much of Ruby's arc was inspired by the Timeless Child plot point. While RTD may simply be comparing the seismic ramifications of Doctor Who's Timeless Child twist to the scale of whatever he has in store for Ruby, the parallel supports a theory that arose in the aftermath of 2023's Christmas special. RTD's Doctor Who Season 14 influence supports the Ruby is a Timeless Child theory. The Timeless Child has inspired Ruby Sunday's story. One popular Doctor Who Season 14 theory claims that Ruby Sunday is a timeless child herself, abandoned totally alone in this universe just like the Doctor was as a young girl before Tectean found her. Ruby's enigmatic parentage is obviously the biggest clue, but what makes the theory especially convincing is the goblins that targeted Ruby in 2023's Christmas episode. According to the Doctor, that's how these goblins work. Chance and coincidence and luck. Nothing could be more coincidental and lucky than two timeless children, Ruby and the Doctor, bumping into each other. Russell T Davies acknowledging the Timeless Child as an influence upon Ruby's story makes this theory far more likely. The inspiration may be very literal, with RTD taking Chibnall's twist and developing it in sequel-esque fashion by introducing another character from the Doctor's unknown homeworld. This would make thematic sense too. In the 60th anniversary and Christmas specials, all written by RTD himself, David Tennant and Ncuti Gatwa's Doctors mournfully reflected on how the Timeless Child turned their identity upside down. Meeting a member of his own species for the first time would perfectly pay off those emotive musings. One might argue that if Ruby Sunday really was a timeless child, RTD wouldn't risk giving the game away by openly calling Chibnall's story an influence. Doctor Who's returning showrunner has, however, always enjoyed hiding secrets in plain sight, Bad Wolf, Torchwood, Saxon, etc., and previously confirmed that he would keep the Timeless Child as part of Doctor Who canon, despite the backlash it received. All signs support the possibility that the Ruby is a timeless child theory was true all along. Ruby Sunday being a timeless child would work for Doctor Who Season 14, despite the controversy. Making Ruby a timeless child would solve some problems for Doctor Who. Timeless Child in Doctor Who. Given the Timeless Child status as arguably the most controversial twist in Doctor Who history, any comparison between it and Season 14 could be viewed as a red flag. Having said that, Ruby Sunday being unmasked as Doctor Who's second timeless child may actually serve Russell T Davies' new era well in the long run. Since RTD has ruled out retconning the Timeless Child, he finds himself needing to deliver answers. The Doctor's background cannot remain an unknown quantity forever, just as it couldn't in the 1960s. An explanation will need to come at some point, and Ruby being another timeless child would represent a step towards that. Furthermore, if Ruby ends up having nothing to do with the Timeless Child whatsoever, then the comparison RTD is drawing between her story and Chris Chibnall's infamous info dump must mean yet another, totally different, lore-breaking rug pull is coming to Doctor Who. After the Timeless Child and the bi-generation twists both changed Doctor Who forever, the last thing Season 14 needs is yet another huge canon reset. Aside from being needlessly divisive and damaging established continuity, cramming multiple major twists into a relatively small span of episodes will inevitably lead to diminishing returns.